A couple months ago, it was announced that a new Contra game was heading our way, with Operation Galuga, and I could not help but get excited. While it is fun to take a trip down memory lane and remember those epic moments when you'd be blasting your way through levels with an amazing soundtrack going on in the background as you lay waste to hordes of enemies using the spread shot. After all, anyone that grew up playing the Contra franchise could attest to this. Now, while it could be fun to take a trip down memory lane and relive those childhood memories, it's time we take a look into the future. And it's time we make new memories with one of the best franchises out there. So let's take a look at this new gameplay trailer that just released and see if what Way Forward has been cooking is going to live up to the legacy of Contra or just be another game that lets us down.
A terrorist group called Red Falcon has set up shop on the main island of Galuga. The Red Falcon are more powerful than we realized. It's clear why the Federation enlisted our EMC Contra unit.
Looks like break time's over. Lock and load. Hell yeah, brother.
Miss anything? Hands on the spread shot. Let's get to work.
Pardon me, boys. Let's make some noise. And what did we learn? Growing up?
I have no choice. I'll avenge my people. Come, my friend.
Need another hand? I should have known Contra had arrived when the entire jungle caught fire.
Proceeding as ordered. Neutralized. Success.
Contra, the Earth Marine Corps' finest.
Roger that. Cavalry's here.
Heads up!
Let's go!
Damn, so we got a lot to dive into. First of all, I'm just gonna say it, I actually think the gameplay looks phenomenal. Seeing some of the characters like Bill and Lance be able to dash in midair, I think it's gonna add tremendous speed to the game. In fact, recently, I've gone back to play some of the Contra games I've missed, and one of those games was Contra Hardcore Uprising. And the dashing abilities in that game just make it play so slick. And I've seen some speedruns of that game, and what people are able to accomplish with those dash moves is incredible. So I'm happy to see that dashing is in Operation Galuga. Plus the fact we're also getting what looks to be a grappling hook of sorts. Honestly, that's gonna make traversing the levels feel like it's gonna be a major factor. I don't think it's just gonna be gunplay. I think platforming may play a little bit more in this upcoming game, and having these abilities that allow us to go through the levels quickly and more efficiently, I think it's gonna be a major game changer. It honestly looks like they took the original formula from the old school Nintendo games and just expanded upon it. However, it seems that they're remaining faithful to the franchise at the same time. Speaking of remaining faithful to the original series, I think it's awesome that they're actually bringing Probotector as a playable character, and I'm sure that's going to make a lot of fans happy, especially if you grew up playing that version of the game. Speaking of a robot character, it does appear in the trailer as if the robot characters in the game have the ability to either fly or glide in the air. After all, we see them up in the air for a very extended period of time, just shooting down and laying waste at the enemies below them, which is really cool because this shows that the characters will play differently from one another. I've seen some of the human characters sort of dash in mid-air, dash on the ground, the robots fly. In fact, at one point in the trailer, it appears that one of the characters even does a double jump. As for the grappling hook, it does seem like all the characters will have access to this feature, so I'm kind of assuming that that is actually going to be something that's required for some of the more vertical levels. Overall, the gunplay looks smooth, the dodging looks slick, the bullet storm hell that's coming our way just looks like a ton of fun. And I know this might be a hot take, but I think the graphics and art style look really good. I've seen some people complain online about that, but I really don't have any sort of problem with the direction they decided to go with this game. Though I'm gonna say, there are two things in the trailer that I did not care for. In fact, one of those is just extremely off-putting, and that is all the chattering the characters did.
Lock and load. Hell yeah, brother.
Spread shot. Let's get to work.
Learn? Growing up?
Old Contra had arrived when the entire jungle caught fire.
I really hate this modern day trend of characters that never shut the hell up. Why is it that every time I boot up a modern day video game, the character cannot go 2 seconds without talking to themselves? Is this Contra or is this a Marvel movie? My only other complaint about the trailer was the soundtrack. What was that? Contra is known for its kick-ass music, and I get that maybe they did not want to reuse the main theme because they used that in the announcement trailer, but that song in this latest trailer was pretty mid. So hopefully the final soundtrack or the full soundtrack for the game has a lot of really cool songs. I just hope that that was not a representation of what we could expect for majority of the levels in the game. Overall, I think the gameplay looks phenomenal. I love to see all these characters coming back. I love how the game looks. I'm still really excited to get my hands and finally play a new 2D Contra game. But I would love to hear what you all think. Are you guys excited for Contra Operation Galuga? Which character are you most excited to play as? And what was your favorite Contra game growing up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.